The rain and snow headed our way. This might be the perfect indoor activity for your weekend. Today we get to use the kitchen for a science experiment. I'm so glad that Adam and Paige are back with us. What are we doing today, guys?
We are going to make our very own bubbles.
A bubble in a bubble. But before we do our science experiment, first, would it be all right if we learned a little bit about the science behind it?
Please.
So as we know, when you take a straw and you blow bubbles into something like water, you get a little bit amount of bubbles, but you don't get very many, and they don't stand around for very long. And that's because water has a very high surface tension. But if we add things like our soap, that can help lower the surface tension, which can help us get bigger and stronger bubbles. And then if we add even more things like our sugar or glycerin, we can get even stronger bubbles that are bigger and stronger.
So what you're going to need to make them is about a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of dish soap, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then we also added some glycerol. That makes the bubbles a little bit stronger. Then we also had to have some glitter too.
Why not?
Why not? So, and then you're also going to need a straw and a spoon. All you have to do is add it to the water and then use our spoons and stir it up.
Okay.
Does it matter what type of soap you use, Paige?
Dish soap works the best.
Ooh, that totally changed the color of it.
Yes, it's like gold, yellow.
The color experiment too.
Yes. Now you're just going to want to take a little bit of your bubble mixture and put it on a table. Now you're going to take your straw and you're going to dip it into your bubble mixture. And when you do that, you want to make sure that it gets all nice and saturated on the end. Then you're going to take your straw and make sure you blow out. Do not suck in. That would be very, very gross. Blow out.
Fair enough.
Blow out. And Adam, what happens when you blow out of your straw?
I'll have to show. Ready?
There we go.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
And make sure you blow it again. Don't drink the bubbles for everyone at home.
And then once you get 1 bubble, you can try and
Of course it works for you and not for me. The science knows.
As we can see, we can get bubbles inside our bubbles.
There we go.
There, nice job.
Yeah. Finally.
Hey.
Okay, how are you getting a bubble inside the bubble?
So what we do is we take our straw and we poke it through the first bubble, and in this case, since I got a second one, poke it through the second, and then you blow into it just like the first one.
Oh my gosh, that
And
is
you
so
can blow
cool.
a bubble inside of a bubble.
3.
Hey!
That's really cool. And it's so simple.
And then we have one more cool thing, and all you need is your bubble solution and some balloons.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use something called static electricity to move the bubble without touching it, because if we try to touch it, it'll poke by itself. I think I can show you here. Rub it all over your head.
Yes,
so get
rub
the
it
frizzy
all over
hair.
your head, or your brother's head, or your sister's head, or your dog's head.
Oh, oops.
Yes.
Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Yes, otherwise too, you can have a dancing bubble too. I kind of like the dancing bubble.
Bubble dance party.
Speaking of science, it's kind of science fair time right now.
Yeah.
We just had the regional science fair. It was on February 28th. Da 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 da! I got first place in the entire high school division for the science fair.
Congratulations in
Thank
northern
you.
Minnesota for the regional science fair.
Yes, for sure. In the high
How
school
awesome
division.
is that? Well, thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
It's always fun when you come. I had more struggles blowing those bubbles than it shows. My very kind editor took out my pain.